the next part of this series is like actual luggage, not just backpacks. I know some people are capable of living out of a backpack. I'm not one of those people. Maybe for 3 days, but any longer than that, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So, when I went to Europe in 2016, my intent had been to, like, move there. I was going to be a nanny for the summer, an au pair in Germany, and I was going to work with some contacts that I had in Berlin or Munich and get a job in the marketing field. That did not happen. My trip was sort of a comedy of errors, which I'm completely okay with, in the sense that the family that I was working with and I did not see eye to eye. The contacts that I had fell through, and I ran out of money. So I ran out of money before I could get a job teaching English. I had bought this bag with the intent of it carrying everything I would need until I had settled down and could, you know, call back home and say, hey, I need you to send XYZ. So this had like 4 seasons of clothes in it, and everything else. So, without further ado, I will tell you what this bag is. This is the Osprey Sojourn. Oh, I can see Sojourn there. It has wheels, has a hell of a handle here. It has the roller thingy, I don't know what the hell it's called. Another ridiculously sturdy handle. But it has a very hidden feature. And I did a lot of research before I left. Just everybody. So, before I get to that hidden feature, it has, one, a really good Velcro. It has a slot here. It's clear that you can shove your ID in. And it has a slot here where you can shove stuff in. Boarding passes, etc. However, what's really interesting about this bag, I'm going to adjust myself so you can see it, is that you open this flap, you pull this out, and it's now a backpack. What you do is you roll up the flap that holds it and shove it into the bottom here and sort of flip it forward. There are 2 buckles underneath that you will buckle the back into. So you don't have the hard plastic hitting your back, you have this soft bit. Has another pocket here, like all the Velcros. So you have your backpack. It again has the whistle, the chest buckles can slide up and down on this rail system, and it has hip pads, because if I'm not mistaken, this is an 80-liter bag. It is big. I remember when I was doing like test runs of packing, if y'all have ever seen the Reese Witherspoon movie Wild, where she's trying to get her pack on, you know, she sort of like sits on the floor and like does the thing. and like rolls over and tries to get up. Definitely like that. I never actually used it as a backpack because all the places I went, I didn't need to use it as a backpack. So I'm going to return it to its former state. But that was one of the big things that I liked about this, was that it could turn into a backpack had I needed it to. And I even tested out the ability to put my other Osprey backpack on the front of it. And I could do that, even heavier. So when you're not using that, if you don't use that, you slide it back in, zip it up, and you're done. The wheels are, you know, hefty, and I think they're like skateboarder wheels. So they're, you know, they're really good. All right, let's go to the front. So you have these two straps, and I believe they refer to them as compression straps because of the reason that on these outsides here, you have another buckle. So if you don't, like, it's not, so if it's not filled to maximum capacity, you can compress it into a smaller bag. I think it actually goes in an X formation, but don't quote me on that, because this one extends a lot, the top extends a lot further than the bottom one does. And so you sort of do like a mummy wrap. And then it's a lot slimmer. Granted, this doesn't have anything in it. So there's that. What was nice for me is that when I did have this bag packed, I could just put it on these normal buckles and pull and still compress it. These sidewalls are really, really thick and really, really padded. So anything that like was delicate, you would put closer to the side. Then it also had these really rigid loops that you could carabine stuff to. And it has these loops as well. But now let's go into the main compartment. Alright. So the main compartment is pretty much as you see it. When you lie it flat, it has these old school like regular luggage straps that you can pull tight over whatever you have in there. It has a mesh compartment on this side. It has a non-mesh compartment on this side. There's a zipper at the bottom, and that's basically so you can see the wheels. No big deal. And then if you go to the front flap that you've just unrolled, you have a front top mesh area, and then you have a lengthwise non-mesh area that you can put stuff in. So in terms of space, I mean, it's massive. It is a massive bag. I honestly don't remember the exact count of items that I stuck in here, but it was fairly ridiculous. I think I had like at least 10 shirts and like 4 or 5 pairs of pants, dresses, shoes, etc., etc. And those were in the packing cubes, not the compression bags. If I had done compression bags, I'm sure I could have done even more. And its buckles are really quite substantial as well. And then it has one more pocket. So up here at the top, under this lip, is this pocket. This is my, okay, let's do it right here. It's kind of an awkward pocket, to be honest. I think it's to hold like your, you need them now items, but its shape and the fact that it digs into the main part of the pack. I honestly never had it filled because I never wanted to dig into the main part of the pack. Anything that I would put in here, I would put into like my backpack or something. So there's that. I have used it on other trips just because it's an almost $400 bag and I don't really want to waste it. Here's my Nomad luggage tag, and then at the top it has a looped clip again for whatever, and then a small, relatively useless Velcro thing around it. So that's the bag that I used for 5 months in Europe. Would not do that again. You don't need that many clothes. You don't need that much stuff. You can definitely use a different bag and be perfectly fine. Again, my intent had been moving to Europe, so that's why I selected this particular bag. If I did it all over again, I would go with something more like 50 liters, 40 liters, less than that. But overall, the construction of this bag is solid AF, and if you're going somewhere for a long period of time, and you could be backpacking or you could be, in cities, and you need something that is really substantial, this is a great bag.